Hi everyone. We are going to be learning several new phonics sounds this week. So, to begin, I want you boys and girls to say the word ship. Let's say the sounds together. Sh, I, p, ship. Now, what was the sound that you heard at the beginning? Did you hear the sound sh? Very good. So today, boys and girls, we're going to learn that those letters that make that sound, like in ship, sh, are SH. And sometimes you can give a reminder. We can always say shh. All right, so SH, those two letters paired together to say that sound. So we are going to take a look here. The letters S and H, boys and girls, they can go at the beginning of a word or they can go at the end of the word. Okay, so we're going to look at some words and we're going to blend the sounds and read our sound shh. Okay, so as you can see in this word, the SH is at the end. So we're going to start here at the beginning and notice we have a blend. I see the letters CR. So I want you to follow my fingers and blend this sound. Ready? Cr, a, sh. All right, did you get that? So let's blend that word together. Let's do it one more time. Cr, sh, crash. Like, watch out, don't crash. Okay? All right, very good. Let's do a next one. Let's do our sounds. Ready? D, I, sh, dish. Please be careful and don't break the dish. All right. Next one looks very similar, but we have a new letter at the beginning. Okay, let's read this one. Sounds. F, I, sh, fish. I have a tank with lots of fish. All right, now I believe, let me look here, boys and girls. Oh, I have one more with SH at the end. All right, let's read this one. Ready? W, I, sh. Did you get it? What's our word? Wish. Nice job. Like, make a wish on a star. Okay, now, boys and girls, I have some of these words again, but our SH can go at the beginning. Okay, so we're going to start with our sound. Sh, op, shop. Do you like to shop? I do. All right, let's try this one. This one looks similar, but we have a different vowel. Okay, ready? Sh, I, p, ship. The ship carried the cargo across the ocean. All right, one more, boys and girls. Let's try this one. Ready? Let's start our sound. Sh, E says eh, and two L's say oh. Ready? Let's do that one again. Sh, eh, oh. Shell. Ah, shell. Like the snail hid in its shell. All right, so boys and girls, let's go through and we're going to read these words again. Okay, first one. Ready? Crash. Next one. Dish. Well, this happens all the time. There we go. All right, next one, boys and girls. Fish. Very good. Word. Wish. Shop. Ship. Shell. All right, very good. So that takes care of our SH. Now, I'm going to also introduce you, boys and girls, to two other sounds. All right, the next one, we're going to move on to the letters WH. And WH talks just like a W. It says, w, w. You try it. W, w. Okay, so we're going to start with a few words that have the w, w, using the WH. W, is, whiz. Like you were so good at that, you're just a whiz, or you whizzed right through it. Okay, whiz. Let's look at another one. Ready? Whip. Like I like Cool Whip on top of my ice cream. All right, next one. Ready? Which. All right, so this is the question word, like which one? Okay, which. All right, ready? Next one. When. When is this day going to end? All right, and then this one, boys and girls, I wrote this one, but it's a sight word, so we can't really use our sounds. Do you recognize this sight word? It starts with our sound, w. This is a question word. This is the word what. Like, what are you doing? Okay, so let's go through. We're going to read our WH words one more time. All right, so it's your turn. First one, whiz. Very good. Next one, whip. Next one, which. Next one, when. And last one, remember, this one's a sight word, what. Okay, so that takes care of WH. Now I have one more sound. Okay, isn't it fantastic all the wonderful things we're learning as first graders, boys and girls? Now, this one is PH. Now, we know that P says P and H says H, but the PH, this is an entirely different sound, boys and girls. The PH, it pairs up with the letter F. Okay, so PH, it makes the sound F. Believe it or not, yeah, that sounds kind of strange, but that's how our phonics work. Okay, so that's what I want you to practice today. PH does not say P, doesn't say P, okay, it says F. All right, so for example, I have this word right here, and notice it has a capital letter, so it's a proper noun, and it must be someone's name. Okay, so when we read this, we say fill. Like my friend, her husband's name is Phil. They call him, his name is Philip, and they call him Phil for short. It's a man's name. Okay, Phil. Phil likes to play golf. Okay, let's look at this next one. We have a blend here at the beginning. Our blend says graph. Graph. We learned how to make a graph in math class. Graph. Okay, and then the next one's a little tricky. It is also a proper noun. It is also a man's name. And this name is Ralph. Ralph. Or you may have heard of the movie about Ralph Breaks the Internet. So that is, those are a few examples. Now, I will show you this one, boys and girls. This one we have not covered long vowels yet, but I will write it down because maybe you have seen this one before. Let's see. Well, we know that this first sound, the PH, we're learning PH says F. Okay. And then this is actually a magic E word. So what that means is that this magic E at the end here, it doesn't talk, but it's going to make this vowel, this O, say its name. So we say phone. Like I need to use my phone to call a friend. Okay, so the word phone, boys and girls, has that PH, and it sounds like an F. Okay? All right, so we have learned 3 new sets of sounds. I have some sentences, boys and girls, that I would like to see if you can read. Okay, so let me just turn you this way. All right, I have written 3 sentences, and I want to see if you can read these first grade sentences. Okay, so we're going to start right over here. We notice our WH, w. So I'm going to point to the words, and I'm going to see if you can read it first. Okay, your turn. You go first, and then I'm going to help. Well, what in the world? Let's see. Our sentence says, which shell did Seth rush to find? Which shell did Seth rush to find? Okay, so maybe he found an interesting shell and he took off rushing toward it. Okay? Boys and girls, if you read that sentence or if you read some of the words on that sentence on your own, give yourself a thumbs up or a pat on the back because that's wonderful reading. Okay, let's look at the next one. There's that sight word. What? Can you read this one? I'm going to point to the words. Ready? Read. Did you read it? Let's read it together. What can a math whiz do? What can a math whiz do? Now, boys and girls, if you are a math whiz, that means you're really good at math and that you don't have to think very hard. And some people, they have a special talent and they can just do math like a whiz. Bam, it's done. So that's what it means. If you're a whiz at something, you're really, really good at it. Okay? All right, and let's take a peek at our last sentence here. Okay, I'm going to point to the words and I want you to try first. Ready? Read. Okay, did you look at it? Okay, let's read this one. Look at the graph in the shop. Whoops, shop. Look at the graph in the shop. Okay, so a shop might have some kind of a graph or a chart for you to read. Okay, so boys and girls, if you read those sentences, I want you to give yourself a big pat on the back. You get a round of applause because that was fantastic reading. So that was a lot to cover, but I want you to keep practicing. If you want to watch this again, just to kind of get your skills down, that's perfectly fine. And as always, boys and girls, great job.